One of the main areas that I wanted to focus on for my goals for 2023 was my home. I want our home to reflect us and feel like a sanctuary, and I want my office to be functional and productive, relaxing place for me. And so this was a huge check off on my list. Hi friends! So today I am so excited to share the transformation of my office, another phase of transformation of my office. I am decluttering my space for the first time after learning from the professional organizer and declutterer that I hired to help me with the entire upstairs of our house except for our master bedroom. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can tap this eye right here to watch the playlist, but I pretty much hired a professional to help me come declutter and organize my home, and it was honestly life-changing for me. It was the best money I spent in 2022 for not only myself but my family. So happy with it. And so Jessica, who I worked with, she is coming back to help me with my kitchen next. But in between that time, I had been working on the rest of my office, and I'm so happy and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So basically my office started out as, it was just a normal formal living room. We didn't really use the space, but then, you know, I kind of started my YouTube channel 8 years ago and I needed a desk. So I bought a desk, and it kind of turned into like a learning room for the girls even before COVID. And then during COVID, that's where they did all of their online learning, typically in here. So there's a lot, like there's just this space transitioned so many times over the years, over the 12 years that we've been living here. About what, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I said, you know what, I really want to redo the space. I want to paint it. I want to add curtains. It took a long time for me to do it, but I finally did. My dad and my husband painted the space for me. We added the curtains. I bought storage units for my pens and stuff. I posted a whole video about this. It's called my functional workspace. My dad built me this desk. And so the next phase was to work on this wall here, this wall behind me. Pretty much I had to empty the desk that I had there. And what we did, we ended up giving that to Goodwill. And then the armoire kind of white unit that was next to it, my dad built that for me when I was in college. I've had that piece since college. And so I'm gonna keep it, but I was kind of using it as storage, and I had to clean all of that out. So that's basically what I'm gonna be doing in this whole video, is just clean the space and then all of the filing that I had to do. So get yourself a cup of coffee, some tea, let's chat, and hopefully this will motivate you guys to work on a space that you need to work on in your house. Before we continue the decluttering journey of my office, I'd like to thank Fabric by Gerber Life for sponsoring today's video. Now I know a couple of weeks ago, I sat and mind mapped my entire life looking at all the different areas that I wanted to focus on, and one of them was the financial area. And I know so many of you guys did the same thing, and maybe you're thinking about getting your financial future organized. And if you don't have life insurance yet, that should really be at the top of your list. It's so important, especially as we age and just think about making big life decisions. Life insurance should be at the top of that list. Fabric by Gerber Life is the easy one-stop shop you need with life insurance and other family financial solutions in one place. It was designed by parents for parents to help you get high quality, affordable term life insurance policy in less than 10 minutes. And you can be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. If you don't have life insurance, it's definitely something you need to think about. I know for me, it's important that I want to make sure to help protect our families in the case of an emergency. It's super easy to sign up and get started. On their website, they have a quiz that asks you a few basic questions to really get the process started quickly and easily. If you would like to learn more, you can go to meetfabric.com/Gia. That's MEET fabric.com/Gia. One more time, that's meetfabric.com/Gia. So here is the before of what this space currently looks like. I mean, this is the other side here where my desk is. And so, yeah, I've had this desk for quite a while. And it was just set up against this wall after my dad and my husband painted this area and painted the trim and everything. And I just had been wanting just like like a prettier backdrop too for my filming. This is not the final look I want, but it's so much better. I'm just so happy to finally really go through all of these things and, clear out the space. I know my older daughter was using this desk for her learning area before we redid their rooms while they were still sharing a room. But now she has her own beautiful desk in her room. And so now I'm just cleaning through, cause this really, I use this, oh my gosh, look at my, book from college. Anyway, I really use this as storage for my books as well. So just, going through all those things and for a temporary place until the next phase of this project for my office, which is building floating shelves. And I'm going to be building a craft island in the center of the room. I'm just going to put my books in. I have like a rolling cart, an extra large rolling cart that I'm going to use. So also in this, because pretty much all of our paperwork that I house was in this desk. Everything that we filed, all of the manuals and anything that we ever purchased, like kind of big purchases or stuff that you just want to keep, I kind of stuffed in there. And what I did was I was using the binder method to keep all of the manuals for everything that we ever purchased, or paperwork or warranties and stuff like that. I was using this binder method to house, but something that I learned from the woman that I worked with, the professional declutterer, Jessica, is that not to keep any manuals. Just throw them all away because all the manuals are online and I just have a hard time throwing that kind of stuff away. Like, I don't know. I just like to have it in paper. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being an elderly millennial, but I just like to keep all that stuff. So basically I outgrew this little filing cabinet here. We needed way more space. I like to keep a paper trail. I keep everything, all the medical records. I like to get paper bills for some things as well. Not everything. Some things are electronic, but I like to just keep a nice paper trail of everything, all of our investments and stuff like that. So I needed a larger filing cabinet, which I bought like a couple months ago. I just hadn't taken the time to move everything over and also switch all of the paperwork over for 2023. So here I'm just continuing to go through all those binders and the paperwork. Some binders, some of the manuals I kept, but then I noticed that like a lot of that stuff was from when we purchased like strollers and cribs and like baby stuff. And so we can, get rid of a lot of that stuff I was able to just throw away. So that was nice. I'm just so happy that I'm doing this for myself, y'all. Honestly, I always use the excuse that oh my gosh, look at my little babies. Look at my babies. That's Zara right there. And then that's the both of them. That's like one of my favorite pictures of them. That was Ava's first Christmas in the Christmas of 2014. But anyway, I digress. I'm so happy that I'm doing this for myself because honestly, I just kept saying, I just don't have the time. I just don't have the time to do this, or I wanted my space to be better, but I felt like I just wasn't a priority until I saw the effect of how it felt to have a decluttered space. Like seriously, I don't take it for granted. Every time I walk upstairs in my hallway and everything's clear, there's nothing on the floor, everything has a place in my laundry room. I have not fallen in love with my laundry room like that, like ever. Because it was always like me digging to find something. But like ever since we redid that space, like I've fallen in love with it because everything has a place. And I really want that for my office. Don't get me wrong. I love my office, but I just know I can be so much more productive and I can really be more creative if I don't have like all of this like clutter in the space. So that couch actually came from our playroom. I actually bought that slip cover for it. It's just your basic IKEA couch, and I bought a slip cover for it, a blue one on Amazon. It's a little big, but it'll work for now. So now I'm just continuing to clean off the armoire that my dad built me many moons ago, and see like down there and below, it's like so much stuff in there. I have like my old laptops. I have like 2 old laptops in there that I'm not ready to get rid of because I don't know, I feel like there's photos on there. I don't know what to do with the old laptops that like barely work. I have my old hard drives from when I first started YouTube. I literally kept a copy of all of the footage from back in the day. So here I'm just cleaning out this space. I have boxes. That's another thing that I used to keep, is just like boxes for your electronics. Do any of you guys keep that? I feel like 90% of the junk in our basement are empty boxes because we just keep the boxes. Are you guys like that too? Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. But anyway, just going through all this stuff, like, you just don't realize how much stuff you have until you actually take the time to go through it. And like I said, as I'm entering this season of life where I'm really putting my needs and my wants as a priority for me, and not just what my family needs and what my family wants, I'm actually, putting my own personal needs and wants as a priority for me. It's just been a game changer, you guys. And it feels really, really good. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing, because you're worth it. What you want and what you need is worth it, is valid, and it's worth it. So I'm moving the furniture here. Again, this is just going to go in our basement for the time being until I figure out what I want to do with it. The basement is something else that we're working on for 2023. We've been saving for a very, 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 very long time to start that project. So we're going to be starting that as well. And so we were able to load up the truck full of, I actually had one bag of donation stuff and then a bag of just trash, old manuals and stuff like that. I typically shred anything that has our name on it. But we loaded up my father-in-law's truck with that desk, and I actually had a lot of energy that day. I loaded it up with a lot of stuff in the garage too, so felt really good. And then my husband put this slipcover on with the old original slipcover from IKEA on it, so we removed that and then added the blue slipcover. Like I said, it's a little big. You could see it like bunching in some of the areas. If you guys have any suggestions on what I can do for that, I'd appreciate it. All right, so now that we cleaned up this side of the room, it looks great. Now this side of the room looks like this. And so the old me would have just filmed this side and said, look guys, I'm done, it's great. But because we're being intentional, we want our spaces functional and beautiful, I've got to take the time, file all the paperwork, and deal with this mess on the floor, and then clean off my desk, and then we'll be done. I have to be real with myself and with you guys, and so I'm going to go ahead and clean this side up as well, because I want the space to be functional. I can't just have one half functional and the other half look like a hot, funky mess. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was daunting going through so much paperwork. I honestly didn't file anything in 2022, if I'm being honest with you guys. I just kept putting it in this new filing cabinet that I have here. I just kept adding stuff to it. And so I ended up moving the dresser to the left, because a lot of you guys suggested that I do that. Just move it over to the left so that way I could put the top on it, because it was too tall with the top on it. I think in the video I'm talking about that is the functional workspace video. I will link it in the description box. But a lot of you guys said to move it to the left, and I love it to the left because I was able to add the top, and I'm able to lock it, which is great. I'm able to lock the top because, girl, my kids like to come in and take some of my favorite pens and pencils and all this other stuff. So here I'm just adding the folders back in. I'm so happy to have so much more space. I love this filing system that I use here. It's called the Freedom Filer system. I've been using it for well over 10 years. It's so amazing. I just love it. It works so well for us. It just makes filing your paperwork a lot easier and organized. I file things by month because I still like to get a paper bill. I don't do everything electronically because you know why? AT&T likes to play games. They do. They like to play games, and I like to be able to look back at my paper bill and say, no, this is what my bill was when, at this month. So it should be this much this month. So I like to keep paper bills. I keep all of our medical records every time we go to the doctor, and they give us something like a printout of what, our weight and height and stuff, especially for my girls. I keep all of that. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I wanted to quit at this point. I really, really wanted to quit, but something that I learned from the professional that I worked with, Jessica, is that, listen, it's going to get worse before it gets better. So I kept just telling myself that it's gonna get worse before it gets better. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. And I just really sat through, and this took me about, I'm not gonna lie, like a week and a half to go through all of this. I just went through a little bit at a time. To do the whole office took a week and a half to do all of that. I just went through and just started started organizing it by month. And like I said, all of our certificates, all of our investments and stuff like that. When you get information from your investments, you know, I like to keep that. So now I'm getting ready to add this artwork, you guys. I bought this artwork 3 years ago for my space. Now I know the artwork is totally too small for the space, but you know what? I wanted to put it up because I was really happy to just be able to put it up. Like, I just feel like my space deserves like a little bit of love on the walls. I'm not gonna keep it up forever because like I said, it's way too small. And when I bought that piece, I just loved the colors in it. And so I'm just gonna put it up for now. My husband's helping me. I like to use the command sticks, the command like sticky parts for it. And it looks so pretty and I'm just so happy. All done, y'all. Look at that. We have such a transformation. You guys remember what it looked like before? This whole wall, gosh, it looks so different here. I can't even explain to you guys. I know the artwork looks a little small. I bought that several years ago when I first started this whole daunting task of redoing my office. We're going on year 3, 4 now. And I just really liked the colors in there. So I just put them up there for now. They're always removable. I put them up with command hooks, but this is the old couch from the girls' playroom. I just bought a slipcover for it off of Amazon, and that table was like $19.99 from Aldi. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep that yet. And my office still isn't all the way done. I have phase 2 coming, which is gonna be like a craft island that we're gonna build in the center. But the most daunting task, y'all, was getting all my paperwork filed. Oh, I locked it. I just love being able to have a lock on it because my girls like to take certain stuff from my desk. Whatever I don't want them to take, I just lock in here. But having all of our paperwork filed, I use the Freedom Filer system, love it so much. I've been using it for like 10 years now. And we just outgrew the small little filing drawer that I had. And so I'm just really happy with that. And then down here is just storage for books and whatnot. So I'm just really happy that this is done. I have my old pictures that were up on the other unit there. My desk is cleaned off for now. I'm just really happy, y'all. It feels so good in here. I cannot begin to tell you the energy that's in here. It's just ready, productive, to be productive, moving, just getting things done. It's easier to keep it clean and decluttered. I'm just really happy with where I'm at. I'm really, really proud of myself that I was able to get through this over the past week. It took me about a week on and off. I can't show everything that I got rid of because I don't think I filmed it, but it was so much stuff. I know there was 2 bags of donations and 1 bag of trash alone with my desk here and the unit that was there before. Oh, and then like at least 2 bags, a whole thing of papers that needed to be shredded for filing, and then a whole bag for trash for paper, just like mail and stuff like that. I do like to keep a paper trail of a lot of things that I could just do electronically. Oh, I locked it, I forgot. But listen, AT&T likes to play games sometimes, and I like to just be able to come in here and say, okay, AT&T, let me see what you charged me at that month. And so all of our stuff, all certificates, paperwork, medical files, everything is in here. Our monthly bills, statements, all that kind of stuff. Things that you just don't, like our investment stuff, things that we just don't throw away. So I'm really glad that I moved it from here to here. Love that. And now I'll probably buy another one of these to put underneath here, but I haven't decided yet. Again, just a work in progress, y'all. I'm just doing things, taking a little bit at a time. I still am all the way in love with my curtains. It looks so good in here. I'm just really ready to work, and I'm just really happy. All right, guys, so that is it. I'm so happy with my space. I feel so accomplished, and I'm just ready to continue. This is just one more thing off my checklist when it comes to my home. One of the main areas that I wanted to focus on for my goals for 2023 was my home. I want our home to reflect us and feel like a sanctuary, and I want my office to be functional and productive, relaxing place for me. And so this was a huge check off of my list. I'm ready to start the next phase phase of my office, which is we're going to be building a craft island in the center here so that I can sew or just sit with the girls and help them with homework. We're gonna chat, we can draw. I just want another space that I can have and sit with my family to do whatever it is that we want to do. I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be great storage in here. Of course, I'm gonna get more artwork and stuff like that, but y'all, I'm just feeling really good. I don't know if y'all feel this way, but 2023 has been starting off so good for me. Like the energy that I came in with 2023 was, and it really aligned with my word, which is execute. I'm ready to execute my things. I totally mind mapped all of 2023, what I want to focus on. And I really sat and we wrote our goals down for quarter one of 2023. I like to do it by quarter. I'm a big fan of the book, The 12-Week Year. And that's kind of how I mimic my goal setting. And it's just been great. It's been really, really good. If you did not see the video of me sharing all of my goals and my mind mapping process, you can tap this eye right here, but it's really hitting home. It's really hitting home this year. And I think it's because I really took some time towards the end, the last couple of months of 2022 to really visualize what I wanted my life to look like, how I wanted to feel, who I wanted to be. And I know that she's already inside of me, and I've got to make my environment feel like it's someplace that she wants to be. The version of Gia, the best version of Gia. That's the best shape of my life. Me feeling good mentally and physically and spiritually. So I'm just really happy that I'm able to do my office the way it needs to be done. So happy. Thank you again to Fabric for sponsoring today's video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.